Good morning. Welcome to TCTSY. For TCTSY, some of you who are new, some of you are well versed in TCTSY. I'm going to go through the flow and explain a bit on that. Wednesday mornings, we open the Zoom room at 9 and we start TCTSY with movement or without movement at 9:15 until about 9:41. I do try to keep practice within those time ramifications. And then at 9:41, it's a time of rest for a few minutes, and we close practice together at the end of that. So those are some expectations outlining practice today. For TCTSY, movement is always optional. I will offer some different choices, and you might choose to try something, maybe try it on a little bit. You might decide that you don't like it, maybe choosing to pick a different shape, maybe something that you already know you'd like to move in your own way or with your own shape. You might choose to sit and practice without movement, maybe practice with rest for the entire practice. Those are all equal. There's no better or worse or right or wrong. You are the only person who knows best for you. One movement or shape might feel differently in your body than it feels for me within my body. So, I might move faster or slower than you, maybe choosing to stay longer in a certain shape where you're choosing to move on. And all of those choices are equal and valid. And each moment, each day, your choices are going to be changing. And it's always entirely your choice how you move or don't move within practice. So I will offer some shapes standing or sitting. I have my chair over here. And, you might choose to make changes. You're always welcome to practice wherever you would like, though, whether that's standing or sitting or lying down. So with that, if you would like, you might choose to notice arriving here and how it feels to be here this morning in this moment and in your body. Maybe for 5 breaths or for a count of 5, simply noticing how that feels to be you today. So again, maybe for a count of 5. Maybe continuing for 4 more. Maybe 3 more. And perhaps continuing for 2. And if you'd like, maybe 1 more. If you're interested in practicing with movement, maybe starting this morning with some head or neck movements, one option might be looking up and down, or perhaps side to side, maybe looking in a circle, maybe choosing to pause within the movement, or maybe going back and forth. The pace is entirely up to you. Maybe noticing any sensation here in your face, or your front body, or your back body. I will set the timer app for 2 minutes, maybe some sort of head and neck movement here, or maybe another movement of your choosing, or no movement, again, for the next 2 minutes. For the next movement, I will offer maybe some arm raises and perhaps folding forward, maybe rolling back up out of the fold. And you can use your hands again with the up and down, maybe doing one arm at a time and perhaps rolling forward, maybe just rolling your head and your neck, or maybe rolling your full upper body, or perhaps rolling all the way down to the floor. Whatever is right for you, maybe starting at the top and then maybe working your way down, sort of warming up your body, maybe noticing any sensation, perhaps in your back body or the back of your legs, maybe no sensation, which is entirely okay as well. Maybe for the next 2 minutes, and you might choose to pause whenever you fold forward. So maybe some sort of fold and rolling back up out of it. And maybe for the next 2 minutes. For the next choice, I will offer some side body stretch, maybe reaching up with one arm and reaching down with the opposite arm, or maybe sort of hugging in between. So maybe rotating back and forth, or perhaps reaching one up and alternating without arms, maybe again, just alternating side to side. Maybe noticing your middle body and what happens and how it feels if you're engaging or hugging in the muscles in your middle body, maybe releasing them. So maybe supporting or restricting movement. Also, maybe noticing what is happening in the middle body. So perhaps some type of side to side stretch or side body stretch for the next 2 minutes. Next, I will offer some hip circles. So one option here could be to have your feet step together or stepped apart. And this could also be applied to if you're seated as well. Maybe moving your middle body, smaller movements, maybe in a circle, perhaps back to back, maybe noticing your middle body, again, possibly moving it in a full circle. Another option here could be to add in some leg movement as well, maybe lunging from side to side, bending one leg and straightening the other leg. Maybe some type of middle body or hip and leg movement for the next 2 minutes. The next movement that I will offer, maybe stepping one foot back, focusing more on balance. If it's a large step back or a smaller step back, or maybe no step back. If you would like to step back, one option for movement could be something like this. Maybe reaching back behind you as well, coming back to center, and then perhaps switching to the other side. Or if you would like to do this without leg movement, again, maybe reaching up, reaching back. If you are practicing from the chair, one option could be this, or maybe lifting your arms up, opening and reaching back, and then back up. Or perhaps stepping one leg out and back to center a little bit. So maybe some sort of lunge movement with some arm opening as well for the next 2 minutes here, if you like. The next movement is fairly similar to the most recent movement, but perhaps opening and sort of reaching back behind you, maybe twisting your middle body, maybe doing it without your arms if you prefer. Or again, another option here could be similar to the last movement, maybe arms all the way up, or perhaps at center. And again, maybe opening and reaching back behind you. So maybe some sort of front body opening or twist for the next 2 minutes. For the last movement, you can do something that you would like to do, maybe a movement that your body wants to do that we haven't done yet, or I will offer again, standing and reaching and rolling forward. This option kind of reminds me of like a sunrise or sun salutation for some reason. That's how they refer to it in another yoga class, but raising your arms up and then rolling forward, rolling back up. Sometimes I like to wiggle my fingers as I go up and then back down. Almost feels like rain to me. So if you're interested, you're welcome to sort of play around with that or any other movement that you might want for the next 2 minutes. Feel free to go ahead and do that now. We finished just a bit early, but for the next 30 seconds or so, if you'd like to do any other movement and then transition to rest for the next 3 minutes, we can come back at 9:44 to close practice together. If you feel a little bit unsure of what rest means, it's whatever is beneficial or restful for you, maybe lying down, sitting, continuing to practice with movement. All of those options are considered rest. So if you would like to do rest of some sort for the next 3 minutes, I invite you to do so now. Okay, you may notice again what it feels like to arrive here in this moment and in your body, physically and emotionally, maybe noticing how it feels to be you. Thank you for choosing what's right for you moment by moment. I'm grateful to be here and to share this space with you. And thank you to Shelby for interpreting. And take care. I hope to see you all again soon.